Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump into the charts for Bitcoin. Yesterday, the markets dropped heavily, and then just a few hours before it closed, the markets, including the stock market and crypto markets, had some weird, massive pump, almost like the Treasury, the US Treasury, was just clicking spam buy on stocks and cryptos, which is interesting. We're going to jump in the charts for Bitcoin. I want to look at my main four: Bitcoin, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. I want to buy them when they're oversold and sell them when they're overbought on the weekly charts. Let's jump into technicals. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. If you make gains from me, I want you to hire social media marketers, push messages of peace and anti-war, and protect the nature and the trees. Let's jump into the technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into the technicals. And you can see the market, Google is down 2%, bouncing in pre-market. BNB up 4%, TON 6%, Uni 12%. I have Uni and TON. Total market cap 2%, Bitcoin 2%. Random pump into the close. When we go into Bitcoin, you can see it more clearly. The last few hours, about 8 hours, it had just a random pump from 99,000, which is now a triple bottom, and it moved from 99 all the way to 103. And what's weird, so you can see here at my time, it was around 8 p.m. when it started to pump, 7 p.m. And now when you look at Nvidia, you can see the same thing. When you can see Nvidia, it was down 5% on the day, then randomly at about 10 p.m. it started to pump. You see that? And recovered that 5%. Now when we look at Google, and this is what I mean about this market is quite scammy, like weird. You know, it's all acting the same. You can see Google was down 5%. And then the last few hours after the market closed, we just randomly got a move. The last 5 hours from 275 to 279, almost at 1.3%. And this is across the board. We can also see it with Ethereum. The last few hours, see, same kind of pump. Let's go into Bitcoin. 103,400 on the weekly charts. I always look first on the weekly. We've got this big dangerous warning, so I'm going to still be very cautious here on Bitcoin. It's called a rising wedge. I've been talking about this for a while. Builds pressure, and they break down. The stochastic, though, is starting to become oversold on Bitcoin on the weekly. So we've got to monitor it closely. And right now, we're back inside the triangle again. So it could invalidate this rising wedge. And on the weekly stochastic, we're oversold. On the daily stochastic, we're oversold, trying to turn up. And you can see it's trying to get back into that rising wedge, that triangle. We're sitting right on the border. Now we've got 3 bounces off this 99 area. On the weekly stochastic, oversold, trying to head up. On the 4-hourly stochastic, double bottom and bounce. Someone's trying to keep it above 100. Let's see if it can break back into this rising wedge and invalidate the rising wedge into this triangle. On the 4-hourly, we're coming into the overbought. On the hourly, we're coming into overbought. On the daily, we're oversold. And on the weekly, we're oversold. So starting to get nice potential buys for Bitcoin. The yearly support is sitting, there's a huge yearly support sitting at 93. So I might add some trades here at 98 and 93. I got a bit of a bounce yesterday. I'm up 4,000 on TON and Uni. They got a bounce. So let's set a buy on this support where we're getting bounces. I'm going to do 1 Bitcoin here at 99. 1 Bitcoin at 93. So now I've got orders 1 Bitcoin 93, 1 Bitcoin 99, 1 Bitcoin 90, and maybe 1 Bitcoin 95. I'm just going to try and catch the bounce on these trades. 95, 93, 99, and 90, 10 Bitcoin. TON I've got at $1.10. And you can see where I was buying TON. I bought buys at $2.10, $2.20, $1.90, and now we're at $2. And I've got Uniswap as well. Let's also I want to set trades on WEX. I've got trade on WEX at, I have to log back in. Okay, I'll do that later. Let's look into my next ones: Tesla, Nvidia, Google. Tesla was down 4%. It was actually much further down on the day, but it got a bit of a bounce into the close. But again, we start off on the weekly. On the weekly, where stochastic is heading down from overbought, you can see it's starting to head down, double top. The problem with Tesla is the PE ratio is insane. The PE ratio, the golden ratio is 20. Tesla is 297, so 10 times the golden ratio. So when I look at the weekly, where is the big supports to be buying? And you can see it got resisted here. And we didn't get a pump even with Elon's pay package being improved and that amazing show of what Tesla's building. No pump on Tesla, which is interesting. We've got the big support. There's two big supports, one at 296 and one at 358. X marks the spot. So I want to set buy orders at 296 and 353. I think we easy come down to 390. I mean, we were almost there yesterday. We came down to 414. So 353, I won't buy one at 390. 353, 296. And then very possible that we come to 200 because the PE ratio is just so high. Let's go into Google. I'm still holding Google. It's one of my only holdings. I've got 20% of my position of Google still holding. The rest almost all cash. I sold my Nvidia. I sold my Tesla about 2 weeks ago. We made 97% on Google, which is beautiful from the April tariff lows. On the weekly, we are overbought on the stochastic. On the daily, we are overbought on the stochastic, and it's heading down. On the 4 hourly, we're oversold on the stochastic. We're getting resistance here on Bitcoin. It had on Google, we had a 5% drop from the top. On the daily, still looks like that bull flag broke out, but now we've got a clear resistance here. We have a resistance forming at 291. The PE ratio, though, on Google is not bad, but it is overbought. But PE ratio, not bad. Golden ratio, 28. And crazy revenues. Place to buy Google, 209 would be a strong support. 191. And I would say here, 163. I don't think we come to 145 April tariff lows on Google with AI play. But it is correcting a little bit. I closed most of the position. I'm going to watch it closely. Let's go into Nvidia. Let's go into Ethereum. Ethereum had a scam pump yesterday into the close, which was weird. It's like someone just market bought the close to push the price back up. And you can see Ethereum up 252% when we took the gains from the April tariff lows, and then we sold around August, and we made 250%. And since then, it's dropped. Since we've been sold at around 4,800, it's dropped around 36%. Major support you can see at 2,790 and 2,1. I would set a buy at 2,7. We came down yesterday to 3,000. The last 2 days we came down to 3,000. So 2,800, and 2,800 is a very actually strong support. That goes back a long time. So I'm going to put a buy order at 2,770 on Ethereum. Ethereum 2,770. Got a strong bounce. I'm just not believing it for some reason. 20 Ethereum. I want to get leveraged Ethereum, so then I have to use less of my own capital. 2,770, and let's go 20 Ethereum, or maybe 40 Ethereum for the bounce. So 40 Ethereum at 2,770, it will cost me 5,000. Let's bump it up. Let's do 80 Ethereum at 2,770. 80 Ethereum, 11,000. Be $216,000 trade. Confirm. So now I've set those trades, which is beautiful. And join us in the Telegram. There's a new Elite Traders Telegram. There's now 23 members in here. They're sharing signals and sharing trades. You can join there. There's going to be a few traders that are going to get access to share trades. And then in the other group, you've got just the public group where everyone can talk together. All the links are down below underneath the video. Bybit, WeX, private public exchange, so anyone in the world can use it. And the crypto muscles, jamescryptoguru.com. And to get the bots the way I have, jamescryptoguru.com. Let's read some of 2 days ago. Bitcoin still 6 out of 10, 3,000 views here. Ethereum done. Solana, I'll try in the next video. Ethereum, did Ethereum, guys. Just now, Guru, you don't believe any chance we enter a bear market? It's already we've already corrected 35%. The technical definition of a bear market is a 20% correction. So we've already entered bear market territory on some assets. Tesla, done. I'm trading cup and handle. ICP, beautiful. Good morning, Guru. Save community before big dump, 108 to 98. Appreciate your work. Love you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. No, I didn't dive, James. You keep ignoring my pleas to bring this. It's like Tesla, Google, and video. You add it to your portfolio like it's good old days in the Eagle's Nest. Please take a look at technicals. You know what you're doing. Please help Slavik, your friend. He has not been doing videos. You're a good man. Thank you. I'm not sure what you mean about this post. Ignore my pleas to bring this to our attention. Which one? Wolves? Which one? This man is a genius, never loses. Thank you. Let's see what this guy... For real, we got wrecked. Not if you sold with me. Hello, Turkish Santa. Hello. And join everyone in the Telegram and follow me on X. I've got 110,100 followers, and I post a lot of my protecting my gains and different things. Who sold? If you took my warning the last 2 months about everything being overbought and it was time to lock in your gains from our tariff day drop buys, who didn't? Got many comments that people did lock in their gains. I didn't. I'm sorry, Guru. It's okay. Losses are lessons you paid for to learn for next time to protect even bigger capital. I took the warning and have been out of the market since then. Went out a bit late, but I got my capital in check. It's a pity for me. People did take good call on closing those trades. I did took 75% of the table, 25% I'm happy to just hold. Beautiful. Congratulations, everyone. That's my updates in the market. Remember, if you make gains from me, hire social media marketers, push messages of peace, anti-war, protect the nature, enjoy your life. Be careful what you think. Your life is the sum of all your decisions and your thoughts. If you're thinking negative all day, if you're thinking you can't buy this, if you're thinking my life sucks, if you're thinking my wife sucks, if you think your life is your thoughts. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.